Oh yeah, so we have started the concept of unit circle, and we have already, like, we have just started it, and I said to you that we will be connecting the concept of trigonometry with the, like, with the help of unit circle we will be understanding the concept. So let's continue with the same. So that in the previous class, yes, with you, not with you Alina, before that we have started that suppose we are having a unit circle. Now what is unit circle? Unit circle means, suppose, like, on in the coordinate Cartesian plane, the coordinate axis, we are having 1 over here, we are having minus, we are having 1 over there, we are having negative 1 over here, and negative 1 over here. And if we will join, keeping this one as a radius, if we will try making a circle center at the origin, then we will be getting a unit circle, right? This is unit circle. Here we have taken in the previous class a point P, a very random point P we have taken, and we said that let's assume that the coordinate of P is A comma B. Then we understand that this much is B and then this much is A. And if we will join the origin O with P, this is OP, that is nothing but the radius of this unit circle, and that is 1 unit. Now we have also figured it out that A is like not A, cos x and sin x we have to do. If we are saying this angle is x, okay, if this angle is x, then cos x is equals to adjacent side over hypotenuse, that means A, and sin x is equals to opposite side over hypotenuse, that is sin x is B. So we can also say A is nothing but cos x, B is nothing but sin x. And from here, if we will try using Pythagoras theorem in this right angle triangle, then we can see that hypotenuse OP square is equals to, let's say here we are having, let me take M only, PM square plus OM square. That means OP square is nothing but B square plus A square, and OP square is what? OP is 1. So 1 square is nothing but cos square x plus sin square x. And we know that this formula you have already learned in the previous class, that there exists an identity, that is cos square theta plus sin square theta, or maybe sin square theta plus cos square theta. The result will be 1, right? Right? So this much discussion already we have done in our previous class, right? Right, Ali and Alina? Now suppose the same angle x we will be taking over here. Okay, same angle x we will be taking over here. Over here. Okay, and this time we will be taking angle in clockwise direction. Okay, so the angle x, if we will be taking in clockwise direction, then it will be negative angle. Yes or no? Yes or no, Ali and Alina? If the same angle x we will be taking in clockwise direction, then the angle will be negative. Angle will be negative. That means if suppose we are taking point P over here, okay, angle will be negative. Here we will be seeing what is cos of minus x and what is sine of minus x. Okay. Now in this is the fourth quadrant. Okay, first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant, and in this quadrant, if suppose the same AB we want to take, then can you tell me A will be positive or negative? X coordinate will be positive or negative in this quadrant. In fourth quadrant, X coordinate will be positive or negative. In fourth quadrant, if you are taking a point here and a point here, it will be, the coordinate will look like how? Suppose this point you are taking, I am saying this is 3 and I am saying this is 2. Negative 2. Can you tell me? X will be negative. X will be negative. X will be negative or Y will be negative. Which one will be negative? Which one will be negative? Y will be negative, right? X will be positive, right? In first quadrant, all positive. Second quadrant, X is negative and but Y is positive. Third quadrant, X is also negative and Y is also negative. If we are having in coordinate geometry chapter in class 9, which you have learned, we are talking about the points, if we are talking about the point X coordinate, Y coordinate, in third quadrant, X will also be negative, Y will also be negative. And in the fourth quadrant, X is positive, but Y is negative. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Yes. Okay. So here this point P, if suppose the same A we are maintaining over here, so it still is A. Okay. And what about B? B is the Y coordinate. It will become negative over. Right? Right? So cos of minus X, if we will try finding X coordinate, if we will compare, like A means what? A means X coordinate, B means Y coordinate. Okay, if we will try comparing the same point, just a little bit change we have done. A little bit change we have done, that is we have taken the angle in clockwise direction this time. And the remaining thing as it is. So X coordinate, A cos of minus X and sine of minus X is minus 2. A means what? A means cos X. And B means what? B means sin X. So can you see we are able to generalize, like we are able to make one formula over here that cos of minus X is cos X and sine of minus X is minus sin X. Getting it? Ali and Alina, getting it?
Yes.
Okay. Now we will make the list. Now we will make the list on the basis of this observation which we got just now. We will be making the list. That we realize that when we have taken the angle in clockwise direction and keeping everything as it is, it just gone in the fourth quadrant where the coordinate has taken the shape like this. And now we ended up getting this. And here we will be saying, we realize that cos of minus X, cos of minus theta is just cos theta. And but sine of minus theta will be minus sine theta. This is circle. Yeah. Now on the basis of this sine and cos, how quickly when you were in previous class, then when you learned the trigonometric table, then we told you that just learn at least learn sine and cos table, and then you will be able to take it out the others. Okay, if sine 0 degrees, cos 0 degrees, sine 30, cos 30, sine 45, cos 45, sine 60, cos 60, sine 90, cos 90. If this much you are able to learn, then you will be able to find tan 30, cot 30, tan 60, sec 30, cosec, everything you will be able to find by yourself. Yes or no? Yes or no? So since we have already taken out the cos and sine from the observation, now we will say that since cos of minus X is only cos X, hence sec of minus X will also be only sec X. sec x. Why? Because sec is this sec theta. This is nothing but 1 by cos, right? And here if we are taking negative, here it will be negative. And cos of minus is just cos, just cos. Hence, it is coming as a only sec theta. Getting it? Yes or no? And from sine, we can say that cosec minus x will be just like sine. It will be minus cosec x because sine is behaving in this way. So cosec are this cosec of any angle, cosecant, definitely it will behave like sine. What about tan and cot? What about tan and cot? What about tan and cot? Since tan is dependent on, if you will break tan is dependent on sine also and cos also. Okay, sine of minus x is of course minus sine x, and cos of minus x is just cos x. That's why tan will be negative. Can you see it? Can you see it?
Yes,
And what about cot? Cot of minus x. So cot is also dependent on cos and sine. Cos of minus x is, it is just cos x, and sine of minus x is minus sine x, and due to that it will become minus cot x. Got it? So from now onward we will be using this as a formula. Tan of minus x minus tan x. Cot of minus x minus cot x. Sine of minus x minus sine x. Cos of minus x cos x. And sec of minus x only sec x. Getting it? Is it clear?
yes, ma'am.
Let's continue. So this is just one of the observation we have seen over here. Now, if I will try showing you something, just look closely. This point is, we have maintained the unit circle here, it's 1. So if anyone will ask what is the coordinate of this point, can we say 1, 0, x is 1 and y is 0? Can we say? Can we? Now what about this point's coordinate? Here also we have maintained unit circle. So this is x is 0, y is 1. We can say that, right? What about this point's coordinate? Here x is minus 1, but y is 0. And what about this point's coordinate? Here x is nothing and y is minus 1. Any confusion so far? Any confusion?
No, ma'am.
Now let's take this point P and let's drag it. Okay, this OP, the stick we are having, no, the hypotenuse OP, this we are going to drag it. How we will be dragging it? What's the meaning of dragging it? The meaning of dragging it means this OP which we are having in hand now. This OP here you are having now. I am taking OP very close. Here O, here P. Okay, now in the next scenario, I will be taking OP more close, like very close. OP. Then in the next scenario, we will be taking OP more closer, very sharp. Okay, just here we are trying to take it. Okay, still it is OP. We have to make the line slant. Don't get confused. And just we will continue the same pattern and we will now just merge it. We will just merge it. Let me name it. This is A. According to the figure, I am naming it. This is B. this is C, and this is D. Okay, so what exactly are we doing? Let me show you. At first, this much is the angle, then angle is very small, then angle is still more, like very small, and then what we will say, this OP line is coming on this. So figure 1, figure 2, figure 3, figure 4. We have taken the line OP and we are just pulling it towards A. Okay, towards A. We are decreasing the angle, decreasing and decreasing and decreasing and decreasing, and then now OP and OA became same. Here P also is there. What we are doing, are you understanding? First, let me know. Are you understanding what exactly we did just now?
Yes, ma'am.
Here angle was X initially, and now angle is 0. Now angle is 0. Their angle was X, and now angle we have made 0. We were decreasing the angle, decreasing the angle, decreasing the angle. We gone from here to here, we gone from here to here, we gone from here to here, and up. We kept on decreasing the angle, and we just made angle X we have made as a 0 degree. And now we will say that the coordinate at the point A, at first only we have discussed. What is the coordinate at point A? The coordinate at point is 1, 0. Okay. Now here we are having one result which every time we will be using. Cos x means x coordinate, that is A, and sin x means y coordinate, that is B. So can we say cos 0 is x coordinate, that is 1, and sin 0 is y coordinate over here, that is 0. Can we say, can we? Are you understanding what I'm trying to show over here? Alina.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We have taken the line OP. We were trying to decrease the angle very less, very less, very less, very less, and then we just made it angle 0. Now we are thinking about the same scenarios. So this x became 0 over here. Okay, from here, if you want to relate. This x became 0 over here. Now there, cos x is A. A means what? A was the x coordinate. Here at this point, x coordinate is 1. So cos 0 is 1 and sin 0 is 1. When we learned the trigonometric table, at first we learned sin 0, 0. Sin 0, 0. Yes or no?
Yes.
And then we have also learned cos 0, 1. We have already learned that. So one of the, like I'm showing you something in the unit circle which you already know. This you already know. You already know sin 0 is 0. You already know cos 0 is 1. It is like just in a different way I am showing you with the help of a unit circle I am showing you. Okay. Similarly, now I will rub everything over here and I will show you that this point OP, this line OP, this hypotenuse OP, we are just making the angle bigger, so that this OP will lie on, like P and B, this 2 point will just lie on each other. So now what we are going to do, let me rub everything. See, now what we are going to do, OP was here for a certain period of time. Now we made it over here. OP, increasing the angle. Okay, increasing the angle, and then OP is here. Now angle became, X became from 0 to pi by 2. Yes or no? Yes or no? Can you see it, Ali and Alina?
Yes.
From 0, angle became pi by 2. Now we will be saying cos pi by 2 is what and sin pi by 2 is what. What is the coordinate at this point? This is the point B in our actual figure. That is the point B, and that's coordinate we have already discussed. That's coordinate is 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay. So now we will be saying cos pi by 2 is the x coordinate. That is 0 over here. Can you see it? Can you see it? Cos pi by 2 is 0 over here. And sine pi by 2 is 1 over here. Are you getting what I am trying to explain you? Are you getting it earlier? So far, is it clear?
Yes.
Now let me write all the observation over here. If you are understanding, then quickly we can write the other data also directly, even without now showing that OP is going there, OP is going here. We will be writing it directly. So let me cos 0, 1, sine 0, 0 we found from. Okay, when we make the angle 0. After that, we just stretch the angle and we can see cos 0, cos pi by 2, cos pi by 2 is the x coordinate, that is 0, and sine pi by 2 is the y coordinate, that is 1. Similarly, now we will be talking about cos pi and sine pi. So you will say, Alina, cos pi is Alina, cos pi is
Cos pi is 0.
okay. Ali, cos pi is 0. Ali,
0.
see, when we are having the quadrant, total is 360 degree. Total is 2 pi. Okay. So from here to here it is 0 to pi by 2. From here to here it is pi by 2 to pi. Pi means 180 degree. Okay. From here to here it is pi to 3 pi by 2. And from here to here it is 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi. Now again I will repeat my question. At this point, the coordinate was -1, 0. Okay. The coordinate for unit circle was -1, 0. So this is not a circle. I was talking about one complete revolution. So at this point, this is the coordinate. Okay. So at a certain period of time, OP was like this. But now OP is like this. OP is like this. Okay. Like OP is like this. From here it is started and taken the one complete revolution. That's why I am saying now cos pi will be what and sin pi by 2. So Alina said that cos pi will be 0. Is it so? Is it so? Is it so? When we have taken a comma b as a point P, then we found that a means cos x and b means sin x. And from there we made it, we pasted it, we registered it in our mind that x coordinate का मतलब है cos x, y coordinate का मतलब है sin x. ठीक है, जैसे ही एंगल को हमने यहाँ पे लाया 0 डिग्री बनाया, यहाँ पे एंगल को लाया 0 डिग्री बनाया, ये जो एंगल है ये इसको पूरा एकदम 0 डिग्री कर दिया, तो हमने क्या कहा कि जो x कोऑर्डिनेट है यहाँ पे कोऑर्डिनेट क्या है, ये यूनिट सर्कल है, यहाँ पे 1 x एक्सिस पे 1 मेंटेन करके सर्कल हमने बनाया था, तो यहाँ का कोऑर्डिनेट तो हमें पहले से ही पता था 1,0 है. अब जैसे ही हमने ओपी को पूरा एंगल को मिनिमाइज करके 0 कर दिया, तो हम क्या बोल रहे हैं, जो x कोऑर्डिनेट है वही कोसाइन कॉस को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है, बट क्या एंगल है 0 डिग्री है, और जो y कोऑर्डिनेट है वो साइन को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है, क्योंकि हमने ऑलरेडी फाइंड कर रखा है कि a का मतलब ही cos x है एंड b का मतलब भी sin x है. a क्या है, a x कोऑर्डिनेट था, एक रैंडम पॉइंट p लिया था हमने, वहां a कॉमा b लिया था, a क्या है x कोऑर्डिनेट है वहां पे, और b क्या है y कोऑर्डिनेट. अब जब भी x या y कोऑर्डिनेट की बात होगी तो हम cos x sin x बोलेंगे. ठीक है, एंगल 0 किया तो ये यहाँ पे आके लाई कर रहा है a पे, यहाँ a का कोऑर्डिनेट क्या है 1,0, x कोऑर्डिनेट cos 0 क्या होगा 1, sin 0 क्या होगा 0. अब जैसे यहाँ पे हमने किया ओपी को, सेम ओपी को लेके, ओपी ऐसा कुछ दिख रहा था, उसको लेके हमने π/2 पे लाके रोक दिया. ओके, अब यहाँ पे कोऑर्डिनेट तो हमें पहले से ही पता था, यहाँ का कोऑर्डिनेट तो पहले से ही पता है हमें कि 0,1 है, क्योंकि हमने यूनिट सर्कल बनाया था. ठीक है, नाउ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कोसाइन एंड साइन एंगल. तो हम बोल रहे हैं कि cos π/2 क्या है, तो जो x कोऑर्डिनेट यहाँ का है वही cos को रिप्रेजेंट करेगा, और जो y कोऑर्डिनेट यहाँ पे इस पॉइंट पे है वही साइन को रिप्रेजेंट करेगा. तो हमने फिगर आउट किया कि sin π/2 0 है एंड सॉरी cos π/2 0 है एंड sin π/2 1 है. ठीक है, अब हमने जो ओपी यहाँ से शुरू किया था उसको ऐसे स्ट्रेट किया, फिर ऐसे करते 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 ऐसे पाई पे लाके रुकेंगे. ठीक है, यहाँ जब हमने पाई पे लाके रुका तो वहां का कोऑर्डिनेट क्या है हमें ऑलरेडी पता है, हमने सबसे पहले यूनिट सर्कल सब सारे कोऑर्डिनेट को ध्यान में रख के बनाया था. ओके, तो यहाँ का कोऑर्डिनेट तो हमें पता है -1, x -1 है और y 0 है, ये कोऑर्डिनेट तो हमें पता है. ठीक है, अब हमें ये फिगर आउट करना है कि cos पाई क्या होगा, sin पाई क्या होगा. तो जैसा कि एवरी टाइम हम लोग बोल रहे हैं कि जो x का कोऑर्डिनेट है उसको ही cos को रिप्रेजेंट करेगा, और y का जो y कोऑर्डिनेट है वो साइन को रिप्रेजेंट करेगा. एम आई मेकिंग सेंस टू बोथ ऑफ यू?
Yes.
So can we say that cos pi is -1 and sin pi is 0? Can we? Can
Yes.
we? Okay, if you understood this one, now you tell me what is cos 3π/2 and sin 3π/2? Now I am not going to tell you here the coordinate will be what 1,0, 0,1 or 0, -1 or what, because it's a unit circle. So you think about it. What will be the coordinate over here?
Ma'am, cos 3π/2 will be positive and sin 3π/2 will be negative.
First, let me clear it. यूनिट सर्कल बनाते टाइम हमने ये ध्यान में रखा था कि एक यूनिट मीन्स यूनिट का मतलब होता है 1. ठीक है, कैसे हम लोग बोलते थे प्लेस वैल्यू जब फाइंड करते थे लोअर क्लासेस में, वंस, टेंस, 100,000। और कभी कभी किसी करिकुलम में ऐसे सिखाते हैं यू नीड 10, 100,000। यस और नो? यस और नो?
Yeah.
ओके, सो यूनिट का मतलब ही 1 होता है। ओके, तो यूनिट सर्कल बना रहे, इसका मतलब क्या है कि यहाँ भी 1 मेंटेन कर रहे हैं, यहाँ भी 1, यहाँ भी 1 और यहाँ भी 1, ऐसा सर्कल हम लोग बना रहे हैं। ठीक है, ऐसा सर्कल कैसे बन रहा है? वो बहुत सिंपल है। कोऑर्डिनेट एक्सिस में यहाँ 1 होता है, यहाँ 2 होता है, ऐसे कुछ होता है, यहाँ -1 होता है, यहाँ -2 होता है, यहाँ -1 सॉरी +1 +2, here -1 -2, ऐसा कुछ दिखता है कोऑर्डिनेट एक्सिस। हमने क्या किया, सारे 1 1 1 1 को लेके ओ को, ओरिजिन को सेंटर में रख के एक सर्कल बना दिया और इसका नाम है यूनिट सर्कल। अब इस सर्कल में जहां भी हम रेडियस लेंगे सब 1 यूनिट का होगा, 1 यूनिट। What about -1? We have taken, see, minus sign doesn't matter. 0 से -1 तक का डिस्टेंस 1 ही है, माइनस साइन doesn't matter. Okay, so here this circle is having, you take any radius, whatever radius you will be taking, that will be 1, and that's why the circle's name is unit circle. और इस यूनिट सर्कल की एक खासियत है कि अब जब समझ लिया हमने कि कैसे बन रहा है यूनिट सर्कल, then there is a point that if we are having a unit circle, then this point has to be, the coordinate will be 1, 0. Yes or no? Yes or no? This coordinate will be 0, 1. This coordinate will be -1, 0, and this coordinate will be 0, -1. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now again I am explaining. Now randomly in this unit circle we have taken a point P. We are saying that the coordinate of P is A, B. Okay, then we realize that A, B means this much is B and this much is A. And then we found that okay, this is taking a right angle triangle because we have dropped the perpendicular. Okay, now it's a right angle triangle, then we can talk about cos theta, sin theta. Okay, there we found that cos x is A by 1, that means A, and sin x is B. Now we are saying that in this unit circle, like there is like a random point P we have taken, A, B. Now A is cos x, B is sin x. A is cos x, B is sin x. Okay, now we are taking this point P closer, closer, closer and closer, and we have taken just point P over here. It is just sitting on the point A. A was, let's say A was 1, 0, B is this one, C is this one, and D is this one. Now P and A just lying on each other. So coordinate will also be same. Yes or no? We can compare the coordinate. In class 9 again, there was a concept that if x plus 1 is equal and y minus 2 is equals to 2, 3, then find the value of x and y. Yes or no? Yes or no? If these two coordinate is same, then we can compare x coordinate with x coordinate, y coordinate with y coordinate. Yes or no? Getting it? Now this OP we have taken and we are just keeping it on A. So P and A are lying on each other. P means what? P means A, B, or we can write P means cos x, sin x. Now can we say that cos here x was what? X was the angle, and when we are dragging P over here, angle became 0. So it became cos 0, sin 0. So can we say cos 0, sin 0? Point P coordinate and point A coordinate both are just sitting on each other, lying on each other. Hence cos 0 is 1, sin 0 is 0. Yes or no? Similarly, we have now taken this P and we are going to keep it on point B. Angle became pi by 2. Angle became pi by 2. So now at this point of time, point P is just lying on point B and angle became pi by 2. So coordinate became cos pi by 2 sin pi by 2. Now can we say that cos pi by 2 is 0, sin pi by 2 is 1? Can we? Can we? Can we? If you are understanding it, then you will be saying, now if we are dragging the point P and just keeping it on point C, here the angle became pi. Okay, and point P became cos pi, comma sin pi. So can we say cos pi is -1, sin pi is 0? Can we say? Now the same P we are taking, and now we are going to keep it at D. So I was asking you what is cos 3 pi by 2 and what is sin 3 pi by 2? Who will say? What is cos 3 by 2, 3 pi by 2 and what is sin 3 pi? Ali and Alina. What is cos 3 pi by 2, sin 3 pi by 2? Alina.
Cos 3 pi by 2 is 0 and sin 3 pi by 2 is -1.
Got it? Similarly, if I will ask you what is cos 2 pi, what is sin 2 pi?
Cos 2 pi is 0 and sin 2 pi is 1.
Is it so? Is it so? Please be careful. Ali, what is cos 2 pi? What is sin 2 pi? This is 2 pi angle. Okay, one complete revolution. Now the point P is lying again, coming and sitting at point A only. A only. And now this time it came to A after completing one revolution. So here the angle cos 2 pi sin 2 pi. What is cos 2 pi? What is sin 2 pi? Cos 2 pi is 1. Sin 2 pi is 0. Getting it? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Just a second. Now I am going to make the table. If you understood so far, first let me know. Have you understood so far? Ali and Alina.
yes, ma'am.
Let's make the table. Wait, we'll be writing everything in red now. So 0. Then we'll be taking the previous angles also. We will summarize over here only. Let me extend the table. Okay. Then in our previous class table, it was 30 degree. That means pi by that means pi by 30 into pi by 180. That means pi by 6. In radian, we are going to write the angles now. Can we write like this? Can we? Then we were having 45 degree in our previous table. So 45 into pi by 180. We have already done this. So still we are doing it. Okay. So 3 1 times 3, 3 5 times 15, 3 6 times 80, 5 by 4. Then in our previous table, it was 60 degree. 60 degree means what, Ali and Alina? Please tell me no quickly. You already know this, right? Tell me. Pi by
5/2.
90 degree, pi by 2. Now we have done the discussion of, we have also done the discussion of cos pi sin pi. That means 180 degree also we have discussed just now. That means pi. Okay. Now only we have also done the discussion of 3 pi by 2. What is the meaning of 3 pi by 2? Let's check it. 3 pi by 2 means what? Or if you want to understand in the figure, you can understand. 90, then 90. 180, 180 plus 90. 180 plus 90. This much is pi by 2. That means 90 degree. This much is 180 degree. This much is 180 degree plus 90 degree. That means 270 degree. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So 270 degree means 3 pi by 2. Now we are extending our table. Just now we observe something, and on the basis of that we are going to extend our table, and the last one is 2 pi. Okay, 360 degree. From here, if we will just join it, it is nothing but one complete revolution. That means 360 degree. That means 2 pi. Okay, let's write it. Just a second. Let's write everything, all the angles over here, which we have found and which we know already. 0 degree. Now only we have realized that cos 0 is 1, sin 0 is 0. Yes or no? And we know also. We know also and we have found also. Okay. So we know also sine 0 is 0 and cos 0 is. Similarly, cos 30, sine 30, cos 30. Can you tell me what is the value of sine 30? Please tell me quickly so that I can fill the table. Yes, Ali and Alina. Are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the value of sine 30 degree? Is it 1 by 2? And what about cos
Yes, ma'am.
30? Is
Root
it
3 by
root
2.
3 by? Yes. What about pi by 4?
1 by root 2.
What about pi by 3?
Root 3 by 2.
And this one?
1 by 2.
And what about pi by 2?
1, 0.
Okay. Now, what about pi? Pi means if we will draw a unit circle, pi means a point over here, and that point's coordinate is x is -1, y is 0. X means cos and y means sine. Now tell me what is cos pi? What is cos pi? What is cos pi? Ali and Alina, what is cos pi?
Cos pi is 0.
See, here I have drawn the circle. Can you see it?
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
you see? -1, 0 I have written over here. That is the coordinate we know since it's a unit circle. And we also know that the x coordinate is nothing but cos and y coordinate is nothing but sine. So what is cos phi? What is sine phi? Yes, Ali, see, phi means phi means this is phi. Here the coordinate was like from here to here. If we will take the angle, that is angle phi, right? If we will if we will talk about the coordinate over here, that is -1, 0. Unit circle, x is -1, y is 0. And the point P comma AB, now it moving, it just came over here. Here is P, but it has covered this much of angle, so now it is not that time it was cos x sin x P, but now since it has covered pi angle, so P became cos pi sin pi. Now tell me what is cos pi value and what is sin pi value.
Cos pi is -1. Sin pi is
Yes,
0.
exactly, cos pi -1 sin pi 0. What about 3 pi by 2? Now it has covered like this much of angle. And here now the point P came over here. After covering that much angle, now it is not cos x sin x. Now it is cos 3 pi by 2 and sine 3 pi by 2. What will be the value of cos 3 pi by 2? What will be the value of sine 3 by 2? 3 pi by 2. Tell me, keeping in mind that it is a unit circle.
Ma'am, cos 3 pi by 2 will be 0 and sine will be minus 1.
Perfect. And what about now? It just came from here and gone over here. Okay, covering the complete 2 pi angle. Now it is not sin x cos x. It is cos 2 pi and sine 2 pi. Now tell me what will be the value of cos 2 pi sine 2 pi.
Cos 2 pi will be 0.
Mhm. This is x-axis, Alina. Coordinate is 1, comma 0. Unit circle 1, comma 0. Cos 2 pi is 1, sine 2 pi is 0. Getting it? And hence we are done with the extended table, and that too in radian. Now we will not be using the angles every time. We will be habituated to this radian angle. Every time whenever we have to say 30 degree, we will not say 30 degree, we will say pi by 6. Whenever we want to say 90 degree, we will be saying pi by 2. Whenever we want to say 60 degree, we will be saying pi by 3. So now this is how we will be calling our angle, the same angle which we already know in degree. Now we will be taking it in radian, and the extended table we are having in front of us. Now from the sine and cos, we can take out any value, tan, cot, sec, cosec. So please note down this much and extend the table. Okay, at your home, just sit with this table and extend it. Find tan, the extended form, 0, 30, 45, 60, 0, pi by 6, pi by 4, pi by 3, pi by 2. This you already know. Find pi also, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi. Similarly, cot, similarly, sec, similarly, cosec. Okay. Now, are you observing one thing over here? Are you observing that sine pi, wait, just a moment. No, I think I have written it in a, just a moment. We have discussed over here the sequence, and that sequence I have just filled over here. Okay, without checking that first I have written sine in this table and then cos I have written. So pi is cos pi minus 1 and sine pi 0. Similarly, cos 3 pi by 2 0 and sine 3 pi by 2 minus 1. Similarly, cos 2 pi is 1 and sine 2 pi is 0. Okay. So yeah, this is the table. Whatever we have discussed already, that only I have written over here. Don't get confused, please. Since at first here sine is there, then cos is there, so I have taken the order as it is from here and have filled over here. That's why I did the correction. Now I was saying that, are you able to notice a pattern over here? Now which pattern? Sine pi is 0. One more thing, just a second. Cos is 1, sine is 0. Can you see sine pi is 0? Sine 2 pi is 0. Can you see it? Can you see it over here? Sine pi is 0, sine 2 pi is 0. Now if we will continue this unit circle and if we will keep on moving, okay, now we have taken this much of angle. If we will take again, continue the angle like this, here we will be taking the angle. So it will be 2 pi plus pi by 2. Okay. 2 pi angle already we have covered, and then again we covered pi by 2. It will be same as the 90-degree angle which we have covered. Okay. Now 2 pi plus, suppose this much angle now we covered. After covering the complete 2 pi, this much extra we covered now. That means 2 pi plus pi. Now it will give the result as whatever we were getting for pi, it will give the result same. Okay. Now 2 pi plus, suppose you are going to cover the red part extra. After covering the complete 2 pi, you covered extra the red, that is 3 pi by 2. It will still give you the same result. What we were getting for just 3 pi by 2, same we will be getting for 2 pi plus 3 pi by 2. So we will start getting the same result after that. Are you getting it what I am trying to explain? कि 2 पाई कवर करने के बाद अगेन फिर से हम अगेन एंगल को कंटिन्यू रखा हमने. एंगल तो कुछ भी हो सकता है कि नहीं? 360 डिग्री ही होगा ऐसा है? नहीं, एंगल तो कुछ भी हो सकता है. एंगल कैन बी लाइक, इट कैन बी ह्यूज एंगल लाइक 1000 डिग्री, and in terms of radian also we can write any angle. So angle can be anything. One complete revolution is 360 degree, but if we will keep on revolving, so that type of question already we have done in the conversion part. Yes or no? We have seen there were angle which was very like huge, larger. Yes or no? So a wheel is covering 36 revolution, 6 revolution, 1000 revolution. Then what is the complete angle? We have found that, right? So angle can be anything. So are you able to realize कि 2 pi angle cover करने के बाद 360 degree angle cover करने के बाद एंगल रिपीट होने लगेगा. जो वैल्यू हमें पहले मिला था अगेन फिर से उसी पॉइंट पे जाके लाई करेगा अगर पॉइंट पी, तो सेम रिजल्ट जेनरेट होगा. हाँ कि ना? आर यू गेटिंग इट? सो 2 पाई प्लस पाई बाई 2 अगर हमने लिखा cos 2 पाई प्लस पाई बाई 2 क्या होगा रिजल्ट? सो cos पाई बाई 2 पे जो रिजल्ट दे रहा था ना, वही रिजल्ट 2 पाई प्लस पाई बाई 2 पे देगा. आर यू गेटिंग इट? Similarly, if we are finding sin 2 pi plus 3 pi by 2, so sin पहले जो 3 pi by 2 पे रिजल्ट दे रहा था ना, अभी 2 pi plus 3 pi by 2 पे सेम रिजल्ट जेनरेट करेगा, क्योंकि 2 pi का मतलब एक कंप्लीट रिवोल्यूशन हो गया और फिर से उसी प्लेस पे पहुंच गया पॉइंट पे. तो एंगल चेंज होने से बार बार वैल्यू चेंज नहीं होगा. अब क्या होगा? वैल्यू रिपीट होना शुरू हो जाएगा. आ रहा है समझ में? Now we can see in our table, that sin pi is 0, sin 2 pi is 0. What about sin 3 pi? What about sin 3 pi? Sin 3 pi क्या होगा? Sin 3 pi क्या होगा? Sin 3 pi का तो मतलब है sin 2 pi plus pi. और अभी मैंने बोला कि 2 pi के बाद जो भी एंगल एक्स्ट्रा हो रहा है वो फिर से रिपीट होना शुरू हो जाएगा. सो 2 पाई प्लस पाई पे जो वैल्यू जेनरेट होगा वो ऑलरेडी पहले साइन पाई पे जेनरेट होगा. यस और नो? यस और नो? दैट मीन्स साइन पाई पे तो जीरो आ रहा था. अभी हमने टेबल में देखा है साइन पाई पे तो 0 आ रहा था. सो साइन 3 पाई पे भी 0 आएगा क्या? यस, 0 आएगा. व्हाट अबाउट साइन 4 पाई? साइन 4 पाई पे क्या आएगा? साइन 4 पाई का मतलब होता है साइन 2 पाई प्लस अगेन 2 पाई, और यू कैन टेक इट लाइक दिस ओनली, साइन 2 पाई प्लस 2 पाई. 2 पाई means one complete revolution, and then it will generate the same result as it was generating for sine 2 pi, and at 2 pi also it was generating 0. That's why I have kept it in a box that pi पे भी 0 आ रहा था, 2 pi पे भी 0 आ रहा था, तो यहाँ भी 0 ही आ रहा है, sin 3 pi भी 0 आ रहा है, 4 pi भी 0 आ रहा है, तो मैं कुछ यहाँ पे observe, let's see the pattern. Are you able to see the pattern? Sin pi 0, sin 2 pi 0, sin 3 pi 0, sin 4 pi 0, even sin 5 pi will also be 0. Okay, from here we can conclude that कि ऐसे तो एक चक्कर लगा रहे तो 2 पाई बोल रहे, अब 2 चक्कर लगा के फिर से रिपीट करेंगे तो फिर एंगल चेंज होगा? नहीं, फिर भी चेंज नहीं होगा। अगर 2 चक्कर लगाएंगे, 2 टाइम्स 2 पाई करेंगे और तब जाके पाई बाई 3 करेंगे, तो स्टिल ये सेम वैल्यू जनरेट करेगा जो पाई बाई 3 पे पहले जनरेट कर रहा था। आ रहा है समझ में? 3 चक्कर लगाने के बाद पाई बाई 3 किए थे तो भी ये सेम वैल्यू जनरेट करेगा जो पहले पाई बाई 3 पे जनरेट हो रहा था। जितने भी n चक्कर लगा लो, कंप्लीट रिवॉल्यूशन के बाद जो एक्स्ट्रा एंगल कवर हो रहा था, पहले जितना रिजल्ट जनरेट हो रहा था, अभी भी उतना ही रिजल्ट जनरेट होगा। एम आई मेकिंग सेंस टू ऑल ऑफ यू that any sine of n into 2 pi plus any angle will be just sine theta. Similarly, cos n into 2 pi plus any angle is nothing but just cos theta. Getting it? Getting it? Ali and Alina?
Yes.
Okay. If you understand this one, then don't get confused if it is written like this in your book or maybe somewhere, that 2n pi plus theta is nothing but sine theta. 2n pi means what? N times 2 pi. This can be written like this also. Okay, so this is the concept and it is written like this in your book. Okay, now we were observing a pattern कि sin pi पे 0 आ रहा है, sin 2 pi पे भी 0 आ रहा है, sin 3 pi पे भी 0 आ रहा है, sin 4 pi पे, 5 pi पे, 6 pi पे, always sin जब भी इंटीग्रल मल्टीपल ऑफ पाई होगा, साइन जब भी इंटीग्रल मल्टीपल ऑफ पाई होगा, साइन n पाई होगा, तो रिजल्ट 0 ही आने वाला है। लेट मी टेल यू, साइन n पाई का रिजल्ट 0 ही आने वाला है, जहां n क्या है? कोई भी इंटीजर है। इंटीजर तो नेगेटिव भी होता है, तो हाँ, साइन नेगेटिव पाई भी 0 होगा, -2 पाई, -3 पाई, -4 पाई, -8 पाई। नेगेटिव लो, पॉजिटिव लो, कोई भी इंटीजर लो, n के प्लेस में वैल्यू 0 ही आएगी। व्हाट अबाउट n को 0 ले लिया हमने, क्योंकि ये भी तो इंटीजर है, तो n को अगर 0 ले लिया हमने तो 0 इंटू 5 हो जाएगा, और हमें ऑलरेडी पता है साइन 0 का वैल्यू तो 0 होता ही है। यस और नो? Are you getting it? Getting it? So from here I am going to write one statement. The value of sine n pi is always 0, where n is any integer. Or this statement can be written as sine is always 0 for integral multiple of pi. Getting it? Getting it, Ali and Alina? Is it clear so far? Is
Yes,
it
ma'am.
clear? Now, what about cos? Let's see observe the pattern of cos in the table. कहाँ कहाँ cos 0 है? क्यों हम 0 पे इतना फोकस कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि फंक्शन चैप्टर हमने पढ़ रखा है, फंक्शन चैप्टर हमने पढ़ रखा है, और डोमेन एंड रेंज का कांसेप्ट हमें ऑलरेडी पता है. इतना तो हमें अब तक पता लग चुका है कि डेनोमिनेटर में नॉट एक्सेप्टेबल है, और tan का मतलब होता है sin by cos, एंड cot मीन्स cos by sin. तो हमें ये जरूर ही ऑब्जर्व कर लेना चाहिए कि कहाँ cos 0 है, वो एंगल तो कभी नहीं लेंगे फॉर tan, और जहां जहां साइन 0 रिजल्ट जनरेट करेगा वो तो कभी भी यूज नहीं करेंगे फॉर cos, एंड सेम फॉर द cosecant sectors. गेटिंग इट? तो इस ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शन चैप्टर में जब डोमेन एंड रेंज की बात करेंगे तो ध्यान में रखेंगे कि जहां भी डेनोमिनेटर 0 है वो पॉइंट को एक्सक्लूड कर दे. इसीलिए सबसे पहले लेट्स डिस्कस where exactly this cosine function is 0 and where exactly this sine function is always 0, so that like these are the point where sine function is always 0. Apart from that, nowhere sine is 0. And we will be talking about the cosine function also. What are those points? What are those points where cosine is always 0? So that later on we can talk about the domain and ranges of these trigonometric functions. Okay, so let's see where exactly this cosine function is 0. In our table, we can if we will observe closely, we can see it is 0 over here at 90 or pi by 2. It is 0 at 3 pi by 2. Okay, what about 5 pi by 2? What about cos 5 pi by 2? 5 pi by 2, let me tell you, it can be written as cos of 2 pi plus what? Any idea? 2 pi plus what? Pi by 2? Pi by 2? Can we? 2 times 4, pi plus 5, 5 pi by 2. Can we write this 5 pi by 2 as this one? Can we? Alina, can we write 5 pi by 2 as a 2 pi plus pi by 2?
Yes, ma'am.
That means nothing but cos pi by 2. Now only we discussed it. And cos pi by 2 result is 0. That means at cos 5 pi by 2 also the result is 0. Yes. So at pi by 2, at 3 pi by 2, at 5 pi by 2. Now what about 7 pi by 2? Ma'am, why are you taking only odd numbers? Pi by 2, 3 pi by, then 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2. Yes, that's what we are going to observe from here, that for just a second. Yes. So at 7 pi by 2 also, if you will be checking, you will find that here also you will be getting the result as a 0. Okay, that's why we are going to conclude over here. We are going to conclude that cos is 0. Cos is 0. Cos theta is 0 for theta is equals to pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2, 9 pi by 2, 11 pi by 2. Now in general, what can be written? Can you tell me, Ali and Alina? Cosine function is 0 for cosine function is 0 at odd multiple of pi by 2. Can we say? See, 1 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2. Can we say that, Ali and Alina? Can we say?
Yes, ma'am.
And from here we will be writing that cos is always 0 when theta, when the angle is 2n plus 1 pi by 2. Why are we writing 2n plus 1? To represent the odd number. If it will be even number, we will be writing 2n. Since it is odd number, we are writing 2n plus 1, where n is any integer. So integer is 0, 1, 2, or maybe -1, -2, -3, any integer. Okay, you can take any integer for n value. As a 0 you can take. If you will be taking 0, it is nothing but just cos pi by 2, which is 0, we already know. Now if you will be taking n as a 1, you will be getting 2 plus 1, that is 3 pi by 2. If you will be taking n as a -1 if you will be taking, then it will be -2 plus 1, that means cos of minus pi by 2. And we have also done the discussion, cos of minus theta is just cos theta, and hence the result is 0. Getting it? So far, whatever we have discussed, Ali and Alina, is it clear to you? Sine is always 0 for n pi, where n is any integer. Sine is 0 as integral multiple of pi, and cos is 0 at odd multiple of pi. Getting it? Now let me summarize
Yes.
quickly everything. सबसे पहले हमने यूनिट सर्कल देखा. यूनिट सर्कल में कोऑर्डिनेट कैसे होता है? लाइक 1, 0, 0, 1, -1, एंड 0, -1. ये समझा कि ये जस्ट कुछ भी नहीं है, कोऑर्डिनेट है. ऐसे कोऑर्डिनेट को मेंटेन करके एक सर्कल बना रहे. उसके बाद हमने रियलाइज किया कि एक पॉइंट अगर P जो A, B अगर हम लोग ले रहे हैं, ठीक है, तो उसके हेल्प से हम लोग यहाँ पे एक राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल जनरेट कर पा रहे हैं. और जहाँ पे हमें ये यहाँ पे एक रिजल्ट मिल रहा है, दैट इज cos x. A is nothing but cos x and B is nothing but sin x. क्यों? क्योंकि ये यूनिट सर्कल है, यहाँ पे रेडियस 1 है, हाइपोटेन्यूज यहाँ पे 1 है, और वहीं से cos x A एंड sin x B है. हमने अब समझ लिया कि P जो कोऑर्डिनेट हमने लिया था, अब वो A, B नहीं है, अब वो cos x, sin x है. P जो हमने कोऑर्डिनेट ले रखा था इनिशियली A, B, अब वो A, B नहीं है, अब वो cos x और sin x है. P कोऑर्डिनेट cos x, sin x. ऐसे ऐसे करके हमने P जो पॉइंट था इसको मूव कराया इस यूनिट सर्कल पे, और हमने फाइंड किया कि sin 0, cos 0, जो कि हमें ऑलरेडी पता है. यहाँ से भी एक बार और हमने कंफर्म कर दिया. sin pi by 2, cos pi by 2, जो कि हमें ऑलरेडी पता था, यहाँ से भी हमने सेम रिजल्ट ऑब्जर्व किया. नाउ sin pi and cos pi, that we didn't know. From here we found what is the value of this. Okay, and similarly sine 3 pi by 2 cos 3 pi by 2 and also sine 2 pi cos 2. Okay, we found it from here and hence we got a table. After getting a table, we are observing that how to convert in degree and radian. That is previous thing that we